Thank you guys for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Alright, before we get into it, just want you guys going to hit that subscribe button. Just go ahead and murder that subscribe button. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. So basically, I want to talk to you guys is about, did Paul George make the right decision of joining the Philadelphia 76ers over the Los Angeles Clippers? Me personally, I think he did. If he would have stayed in the Clippers, bro, it would have been the same old sob story. Either Paul George would have got hurt, or Kawhi Leonard would have got hurt, and they would have been like, well, if we were healthy, we would have won it. So it's been the same story outside of the bubble. Um, you know, outside of the bubble, that's the only time they actually got eliminated, but both players were actually healthy in the playoffs throughout the whole duration of the playoffs. So it would have been the same thing. So going to Philly is the best situation he could have asked for, because from the simple fact that Paul George at this stage of his career, he no longer wants to be the number 1 or 2 option. He don't mind stepping up occasionally, but I think he will enjoy being the third option on this Philadelphia 76ers. I think him and Tyrese Maxey will share the workload of the number 2 option, but Maxey will be the number 2 option on most nights. Paul George don't mind being that third fiddle at this stage of his career. He can still play both ends of the floor. He can play that. The guy can still shoot the 3. He can still shoot the midi. He can still drive to the cup. He can still post. He can still defend. His defense part will go up a little bit more. He'll probably get more effort on that defensive end, from the simple fact that he don't have to carry the load night in and night out on this Philadelphia 76ers. They got a lot of talent on this team. The one knock that I do think about Philly is that, just looking at this roster from top to bottom, they don't have many big men. Overall, this team is fairly small. It's a fairly small roster. Outside of Embiid and Drummond, like, Embiid is a 7-footer and Drummond is 6'11". Outside of those two, they're all 6'8" and under. And their guards are small. They don't really have big guards. I do like the addition of Caleb Martin. They got Eric Gordon. They re-signed Kyle Lowry. KJ Martin is young and athletic. They signed Reggie Jackson, which is great, coming off the bench. So I mean, they got the depth. They got enough to win. They got enough to compete and come out of the East. Their biggest threats to me are obviously the defending champs, Boston Celtics, and the Knicks. The Knicks, they look good on paper, but we gotta look how their chemistry meshes together, especially with Julius Randle coming back. We gotta see how he fits with that team. On paper, they do look great. The Knicks, though, Milwaukee Bucks, they in the mix, but I think Philly I don't think Milwaukee can beat Philly in a 7-game series. The way that the Milwaukee Bucks roster is currently constructed. But I like this move. Paul George is gonna probably average about 20 a game. Tyrese Maxey will be at about 25. Embiid can drop it down to 30 instead of averaging 35. He'll average 30. I can see that happening. This is a more balanced roster. They have a mixture of young talent with older veterans. It's a good mixture. This team is fairly young to me, but it's a lot of people that's on this roster that are unproven. They haven't won anything. Can they make it to the Eastern Conference Final? Can they make it to the chip? This team is good enough to win it all. But we shall see. I mean, they are undersized as far as like big man wise. They don't have a lot of big men outside of Drummond and Joel Embiid. Everybody else is undersized at their position. At the end of the day, this is a good team. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your comments in the comment section. Hit that thumbs up button, and I'm out.